Hey everybody, it's Admiral Newkirk here.
And Metric Bubbles.
Yes, he is a friend of mine, and so we are going to be casting a team mono battle I played over the internet. There's me shouting Hellions. For those of you who don't know, team mono battle is where you can only build one unit at a time. Or, pardon, not at a time. You can only build one unit for the entire match. It's invented by Day 9, and it's super fun. You'll notice there's some pretty hilarious stuff going in the chat. My allies both random, so we weren't organized. We're going off against Lan, Nosferatu, which is obviously a pun on Nosferatu. Nosferatu, he is a... Nosferatu, that's funny. That's actually pretty good. Nosferatu, he is an ancient historian. Lan is a Pokemon.
And Killer Bird Flu.
Killer Bird Flu is a pharmaceutical.
That would be a horrible pharmaceutical.
So you'll notice I'm going Hellions. Ruler is going Phoenix. And Hones is going Marines.
Right, that sounds like a... I'm guessing that's not a good combo.
Well, you'll notice there. That pretty much sums it up. Our opponents, Killer Bird Flu, is just going pylon at his ramp, build nothing. This guy is, let's look at the units tab, he's purple. This guy's 9 pooling and gutting 3 guys in gas. These guys weren't that good. And yellow is doing nothing. So Hones is starting his Marines, and it appears that Ruler will be cannon rushing as well.
Does that count as his unit?
No, you can build as many defensive structures as you want.
Alright.
Now for Zerg, you can build as many queens as you have hatcheries. And you can also build overseers. For Protoss, you can't build warp prisms. But you...
That's too bad.
Or you can choose warp prisms as your unit if you're completely and totally insane. Because the only thing you can do with it is build cannons. You could go warp prism cannon.
That would work with a cannon rush.
Oh yes, I mean what it would allow you to do is I'm going to drop in your back door, bam, cannons everywhere here. And cannons over here. And cannons over here. Yeah, get them more cannons. I'm going to power structures all in your face. But you can't actually do anything with that, so all you can do is expand and dump your allies' money. But you can build observers for detection.
Mm-hmm.
So we see me finishing the wall off. We see Hones queuing up a few Marines. He's building a Forge and a Cybernetics core because he is going Phoenixes.
Mm-hmm.
And this orange fellow is just going Gate Core.
So does it go Colossus?
Gate Core is the only legitimate opening for Protons. I mean, you could do other stuff. Like, you could say build...
It's like when I played, I always went Gate Forge, but then again, I wasn't too good.
Yeah, Gate Forge... if you're going a Forge Fast Expand, which is only really good in 1v1, or in 2v2 when you're actually trying to play...
So he's going Zerglings.
Yes, considering the fact he has Zerglings and Zergling speed. But he's not getting a Queen, which if you want to go Zerglings, you want to go Queen. Now, the interesting thing about someone going Zerglings, Roaches, whatever, is that right now it seems to hard counter our build. If he just makes like 6 Stalkers, you can't actually make Zerglings or Banelings. 6 Stalkers, Roaches, we have nothing. I mean...
Hellions don't counter Roaches?
No, Hellions are only good against light.
Ooh.
They're here. Let's look at the Hellion stats, shall we? Never mind. Oh, I suppose we can. This doesn't actually tell us its stats, of course. Why don't we look at the APMs just for a moment? I'm rocking a 23. That's right. That is Diamond Rank 1 that is a Diamond Rank 1's APM. 23.
I've noticed that you're not at the highest, though. People are still out APMing you.
APM is a meaningless statistic.
And you were just saying that, like, yeah, I got a high APM and...
No. I was being completely sarcastic.
Sarcastic?
22 is insanely low. High APM is in the 300s.
I want to look up a YouTube video now of someone who can get that high.
Oh, I have some on my channel, which you should watch. Anyway, back to the game. We see this guy going...
self-advertising.
Oh, we get this guy going Banelings. Spine Crawler's expansion, a good choice against this team mono battle, expanding. And this guy appears to just be 4-gating. Hilarious, wow. Now here's the Cannon Rush of Ruler, which is what we call the failest fail in history. This Forge of Ruler is working well, and there is my sarcastic very nice. Now if we look at the Hellion does 14 damage versus light. It has no armor and 90 health. That's less than a Marauder.
That could totally take out a Roach.
A Roach, meanwhile, has 1 armor and 145 health. And does 16 damage.
I always thought sort of like roaches to be the equivalent of Marines and
No, that's
Terran, and
that's
that seems to be bad.
no, that's
It's
Zerg.
like no, like because they have the guns, and then these guys have. The...
So here we have a few Banelings. Blue Flame is about to finish for me. Blue Flame gives plus 10 damage versus Light, which is insane. That is the highest single damage upgrade in the game. Even Stim is less dramatic. And we see me moving out with these Hellions. Hellions are terrific harassment units. They're really fast, and you'll see there, Blue Flame finished in the process. Now, I was not looking at these Hellions, so all the Banelings exploded. But the nice thing is,
they exploded.
there's
on
only
your
one
face.
Baneling left, and this is a bunch of Marines. Marines, of course, as every Zerg player knows, counters everything. A Marine counters everything. And so I just did my job by blowing up a bunch of the Banelings. So the nice thing about going mass Hellion is that you need very little gas. You need enough gas to fund your armory. You need enough gas to make factories and reactors, and that's it. And that's like maybe 200 gas total. And so now we see the fact that he has no Banelings really coming into effect here, because these Marines are killing everything. Now this is a really good arc for the Marines. They're arranged very well. This means that these guys can only come up in a little bullet-shaped formation, while these guys are in an already existing rainbow-shaped formation. And what this means is that more of the Marines can fire than these can, which allows them to do way more damage and survive a lot longer. Because even look, if he hadn't moved, his Marines would have won handedly, and now he's only going to barely win.
Or he could... No, he's...
That's
yeah,
some decent micro. But at the same time, we saw that my Hellions went in and did a wee bit of damage. Now, Stalkers, as we know, counter Hellions, but Hellions counter Banelings very, very well. And what I was saying before about this being a terrible combination, let's look at something about these three. Why, this is a light mechanical. This is a light mechanical. This is a light biological. This has 45 health. This has 90 health. This, where are you, Phoenix? Not a single Hellion lost. I'm pimp. This has 120 health.
You don't have a lot of health. I don't...
We have no armor and no health.
So basically anything strong coming at you, and they're going to...
A Thor kills our entire army. Because...
That's not so much fun.
Because, think about this. Hellions can't... Phoenixes can't lift massive units. Thors are massive. Marines... just
They're
are...
massive where it counts.
No, Marines are just terrible versus Thors. Hellions are even worse. Okay?
I don't see how Hellions would do anything against them. They could possibly overheat the
Yes.
overheat the whole thing.
Now here's where the interesting happens. This should be able to hard counter us. Let's watch what happens here. We'll notice that my armory is up, and I'm investing in the attack upgrades first, as every good player knows he should. If we look at my money, let's look at the resources tab real quick. My team not spending their money particularly well, specifically this guy.
The blue guy isn't spending his money.
He could be passing me all this money, and I could be spending it myself.
But he's not. He's making his phoenixes in peace.
Indeed, because he's an asshole. Now, that is one of the interesting things about the team mono battle, is really you should be focusing on how to pass your ally resources. A good combination is like Sentry Hellion, Infestor Hellion, Infestor Zealot, Mutazealot. Get a high gas unit and a high mineral unit.
And then pass on the unit mineral that you're not using.
Exactly, and pass them to the other. Now, one static defense structure kills every Phoenix in the world, because that's the way Phoenix work. Also, one static
Phoenixes.
But the cool thing about going Hellions in a team mono battle is they're super easy to mass, and they look really cool.
When they're moving out.
Now, the interesting thing is we chose two of the fastest units in the game. Phoenixes, you'll notice, have a speed of 4.25, as do Hellions. Let's get a Speedling speed. 4.7. So, these are two of the three fastest units in the game. Also, Hellions are pretty good against morphing in Banelings. They work pretty well. And these drones, Hellions are excellent, a counter, if you will, to drones. Hellions counter drones very well. Let's watch them counter in peace, shall we? Oh, that was nasty!
Oh.
And that was 2 High Templar as well. That was fun. That was a good
That
one.
was just... Oh!
So let's look at the units tab, shall we? Our friend Purple has 2 workers. So as I said, Hellion's a nifty... Oh, now he has a worker. So Hellion's a nifty counter to drones. Now, the positioning of these roaches was better. And what's fascinating here is how are we winning?
You're winning because of, just like you said at the beginning, the sheer awesomeness of
this. The sheer size of our gonads is making us win.
Yes.
Another neat thing about going mass Hellion is that you can reinforce super fast, because you have one of the fastest units in the game, and you can just run across the map and reinforce. And the Phoenixes can all... And look at that, Lan leaves. That's just perfect. Lan has left the game. So now we have a slight trouble, because...
Why would he leave?
Yes, that is a good point. Leaving against a team mono battle is a bad strategy, because team mono battles are terrible, and there's my excitement. Hells yeah. Of course, I'm going to self-censor. So these Marines, as I said before, Marines counter everything very well. Marines are a good counter.
Do they even need to worry about their structures anymore?
No, we don't, but he likes to kill them. I am trying to get up here until I realize that that's a terrible idea, although I do have an excellent concave. But I think I might be an idiot and just sacrifice all these Hellions against Stalkers.
Nope, you're not.
But here is someone who understands the concept of going against a team mono battle where everyone chose light. Build an armored unit. Look at that, armored.
Wow.
And you'll notice how terrible I was against that. I only have 29 workers, I'm not playing very well, but I don't actually need any gas. So therefore 29 workers is acceptable. And if we look, my money's relatively low.
Why aren't you expanding more? Why aren't you expanding to that middle?
Because that's not the point of a team mono battle. The point of a team mono battle is to beat them with, or to lose to them with only one unit. The point of the team mono battle is not to play well. Hopefully we'll be able to cast another game where it's hilarious 2v2 where my partner is absolutely useless. It's pretty funny. He makes, I think, 8 drones the entire game.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressively bad.
It takes skill to suck that bad.
Now let's actually look. Let's look at the resources tab. Yes, he does have extra minerals that I would very much like to use. Give me your money.
Wasn't that was a cheat? No, that was Show Me the Money was the cheat in Brood War.
We also noticed that I'm the only one producing anything. Nifty. And as I said before, the cool thing about Hellions is they mass up really fast. Because they build in...
You have 3 factories with reactors.
They build in 30 seconds, which is 5 seconds more than a Marine, the same time as Marauder, less than a Ghost or a Reaper. So that is a very fast unit, and they're just a kick-ass overall unit.
I see you aren't upgrading enough.
1-0. I'm on my 2 upgrade. You don't really need armor with these, because they die so fast anyway, there's no point.
Yeah, but I feel like it would just be nice to have that.
Yeah, and I am always the one to say constantly be getting upgrades. So there is enough Hellions to kill roaches, a rare sight.
I noticed how it took 1 shot from each of them to kill.
Now, what we're also noticing here is something called accidental synergy. We are, even though we're all like attacking constantly and constantly harassing and being our most effective. Oh my god, I kill all these larvae. That could have been drones. I'm actually gonna go back. Let's see how many I killed. Hey, no, back.
Rendering.
Alright, 12 larvae.
Damn, son.
So that's 12 potential units that he just can't have. You can't have those. And we're also looking at enough Hellions to actually do decent damage to structures. So, accidentally speaking, we are all perpetually attacking in a way that is efficient harassment. They're never being able to get comfortable, which is cool, and as I said, completely accidental. His Phoenix count is getting ridiculous. His Marine count is not actually all that ridiculous, and he doesn't have any upgrades. Shame on him. Shame on him. He only has 1 attack. Something about I need out. I don't actually know what he means.
I need out! I need out! Oh god!
End the suffering, please! And here's again the problem. Making an armored unit counters everything we have.
That sounds... Oh...
But we're gonna steamroll here just because we have sheer numbers. And
those Phoenixes don't seem like they're helping at all.
Let's look at how long it takes a Hellion to kill a building. And this is again the issue of the team mono battle, is we don't have anything that kills buildings. Had we gone Hellion Marauder Phoenix, we would have been great!